Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth. Can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about. Have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round. I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
All right. Oh, we lost Logan. Logan will be back, I'm sure. Hey, real quick, folks. Oh, there's my boy. Just in time, Logan. Man, never a day late and a dollar damn short.
Hey, man, you know how it is. It's never a show, whether it's a full show or just one of these little quick segment hits here without some technical difficulties.
Hey, that sounds like a nice shout out to any intern out there that wants to intern. Come hook us up because we need some help and you need some experience. Hey, it's a mutual beneficial thing. Come up with Unscripted.
There we go.
Hey, speaking of Unscripted, hey, guys, this is a little short show, but you can find us on Twitter if you type in all one word, no spaces, all one word, Unscripted Guys. If you go over to TikTok, all one word, no spaces, you can find us under Unscripted Sports. So you got Twitter, Unscripted Guys, all one word. TikTok, Unscripted Sports, all one word. And then, of course, Facebook, under Unscripted. You can also find us all sports, all plays, and every other medium that's out there. Hey, real quick, Logan, man, what a time, man. Hey, this particular show. Well, first of all, Logan, how you doing this evening, man? I didn't mean to be rude, man. How you doing, Logan?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Coming off of a great weekend of football. College football was wild. We're going to full on that tomorrow, but, man, the baseball winter meetings, it's supposed to be cold, but, man, it's been heating up today. A lot of money.
This little winter meetings just got salsa caliente up in here. Let me be honest with you. For those of you that maybe don't know, which is the reason why I want to kind of hit up this show real quick. Hey, real quick though, let me do some mad shout out to my boy, Mike Hughes. He said, "Well, sexy Jay." Hey, I appreciate that shout out, man. Because there for a while, I thought I was looking kind of ugly. And pretty boy Logan. We typically call Logan babyface. Hey, check out the afternoon show, man. Today, me and Mike, we got into a heated show. I left. He called me back. I didn't want to come back because I was all up in my feelings. And Mike brought me out of my feelings and brought me back. And we had a hell of a good show, man. Had a good time with Gonzo and Rob Scott. By the way, you can catch them on Bullshit. If you want some good basketball, some good Chi-Town sports knowledge, look up Rob Scott and Mike Hughes. Bullshit, all sports, all plays. Hey, let's go ahead and jump into this. Two topics. The first one is Verlander. Holy cow. I didn't like it, Lo. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't like it. And what I mean by that is Verlander's been a pretty good spot with Houston for a little bit now. Kind of made me sad to see him go. I felt a little connection with him for a little while. Hey, look, I know, man, you got to chase the Quan. You know, at 39 years old, come out, Tommy John, you got to go where the money is. I understand that. And it worked out for him. The guy got $43 million on a 2-year, $96 million deal. And I believe there's an option for a third year. So I'm not mad at him for leaving. Honestly, Logan, like I told you earlier, man, I'm glad he went to the Mets and he's out of the AL, so I really don't have to deal with him. On the other hand, he is in your division now. So
I'm going to say, no, I got to deal with him.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, man. First off, that's a lot of money for 2 years, potentially 3. For a guy who, you know, there were a lot of questions around him, Jay, just coming to this season because remember he didn't even pitch in 2021 due to him having Tommy John surgery, and he went out and looked like he'd been the past 10, 15 years. Like the all-star pitcher that he was, and he won the freaking Cy Young. I mean, you can't get any better than that. And now he's going to another new team in the NL East with already a really good pitching staff who that they just lost to Grum, which is a big blow. But I mean, you got Scherzer, and now you have Verlander as your top two guys, and now they just got to flesh out the rest of that rotation, the 3 through 5. And I mean, the Mets have a really solid team. I mean, dare I say it, Jay? But it doesn't seem that Verlander's kind of like a nice wine. He's getting better with age. I mean, he's not slowing down at all. He's looked great whenever he's healthy.
Yeah, he really did. And the interesting thing about that was, obviously, you had to go back even a little bit before Verlander, right? So DeGrom kind of set the mark a little bit with a $35 million a year contract, or $37 million a year contract. It was 5-year, 185, averages out 37 mil a year. I find it interesting that the Mets went older and more money when they could have kept DeGrom, who was younger and less money. Did you find that kind of weird?
Yeah, honestly, just because, I mean, DeGrom had been a big part of their system for a while now. He did really good last year with winning the Cy Young in the National League, but I am kind of surprised. I mean, I guess they just didn't want to pony up that much money for that long, since they do have a good amount of guys like Lindor and I'm sure a couple of others who are getting a lot of money. So they probably decided, hey, we'll let you walk so we don't have to pay $1 billion in luxury tax. And then we'll get another vet on the team who also had an equally good season last year for a little bit cheaper. So I think that was just the mindset behind it. But I do think it does suck that DeGrom left him, though. He was really good last year.
Yeah, and again, I'm not going to get into Rondon because I want to save Rondon for tomorrow on Unscripted. But I will tell you this: we will get into. Now that DeGrom and Verlander have signed, and you saw where DeGrom got 37, and then you see Verlander gets 43. Now you got Carlos Rodon out of the Giants, who's considerably younger at 29. And where is now he going to sign, and how much is he going to net, given that those salaries have gone up per year value? So, again, we will get into that more on Unscripted. But just kind of marinate on the DeGrom, the Verlander, the two big guys, and now you got Rodon, who's just sitting there waiting to find out where his
next. He waited his time, Jay.
And yeah.
The bell of the ball.
What was that?
He's the bell of the ball now. All the eyes are on him.
Oh, absolutely, man. It's going to be incredibly stupid to see what he signs for and where he does. I'm pretty sure Frankie's probably chopping at the bits, telling Brian Cashman, who just signed his nice little 4-year deal, why don't you go and make a splash and bring in some pitching? So we'll have to wait and see what goes on there. The next thing I wanted to turn our attention to real quick is the Baker Mayfield being released from Carolina. And again, we'll get into more in depth even on that tomorrow a little bit. But I wanted to kind of put it out there, talk about a little bit, more or less so, where do you see him signing? Like, where do you see? I know we talked about the 49ers. It was brought up on the afternoon show. I see that as probably, for him, it would be the best destination. But what do you think in terms of what team do you think is going to take a look at him?
Yeah, whenever it came out, we were like, wow, man, the Panthers just cut him. But then it came out that he actually requested his release, and they granted it to him. Like I said, I mean, there's a lot of teams right now with some hurt quarterbacks. And, I mean, I could see, you mentioned the 49ers who were in that playoff push now. I mean, we could just kind of go in opposite direction. Yeah, let's go for a team who's not making the playoffs and who needs a quarterback maybe. What about the LA Rams? I mean, Stafford's out for the year. I don't know who their quarterback is right now. I mean, why not get someone in there and maybe get them an extra win or two? So you got that. Let's see. Who else needs a quarterback? It's kind of slim pickings right now.
Oh, it's real slim. Hey, dare I say, I don't know. Well, I wouldn't say the Jets, but I think they're still kind of sold on White. I wouldn't say the Colts, but I think the Colts are just like, we're just going to take our chances in the draft. So I would say Houston, but I think Houston's probably in the same mindset as the Colts. We're not really going to go anywhere this year. We're pretty much dead ducks in the water. What's Baker going to bring to us? So I still think all roads kind of still point back to San Fran. I really do, because I think everybody else that's playoff worthy has already solidified themselves. So I think if you're looking at Baker and Baker's looking at them, why is Baker going to want – if he asks for his release from Carolina, what's the difference of a Houston or a difference of a Colts or whatever? I mean –
nothing.
Exactly. So I still think it's San Fran or bust, I think, for him. And I think he's going to have to take a considerable pay cut. But either way, go ahead.
I think what San Fran might do is give Brock Purdy a week, this upcoming week, maybe see what he can do. If he looks like awful, like if he looks like the last pick in the draft, then you go out and get Baker, because, I mean, they still have a good lead, right? They still have a good record. It's not like it's the end of the world if they lose one game. But if he struggles, I mean, I think you got to go ahead and sign someone else, because, I mean, you're going into the playoffs, and, I mean, this is your third-string quarterback you're starting right now. Late in the season, too, who doesn't have much chemistry with the starters anyways. So it's going to be tough. I think that San Francisco will be the good pick. I mean, you get a guy who's been in the league for a handful of years. I'm sure he can adapt to the system a little bit better than a guy who just got drafted. But, I mean, hey, you never know, Jay. You never know. I mean, hell, Brock Purdy might be the next Mike White, He might be a guy who no one really ever talked of. And now, I mean, Mike White, obviously should be the starter for the rest of the year going into next year, the way it looks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think at the end of the day, we're going to have to look more, and we'll talk more about this on Unscripted, but I think some of the things that we're going to dive into onto Unscripted is, number one, is it in Baker's best interest, if he wants to show people what he can do, to jump into a system with only a handful of weeks left? Number one, try to develop chemistry, try to learn the plays, and all the things and all the intricacies to try to be successful, or should he wait until next year and apply to some of these and have his agent start talking to people and being like, look, let's get a training camp, let's get a mini camp, let's get some one-on-ones, and then try to come that direction for Baker Mayfield to resurrect his reputation. Because I think, like we said earlier, he's, Cleveland didn't work out. Now Carolina's not working out. If he tries to go and hop into some other hotbed that doesn't work out, well, now you got a reputation of, things just not working out. So I think with Baker, I think you have to – he's still young. He's plenty young enough. He has to find the right spot, the right system, if he wants to really, try to make a serious comeback. And then if you're also, a San Fran or whatever, and you bring a Baker in, again, you're relying on him being able to come in, pick up that system quick, learn to play. Now, the one good thing about San Fran is what? He has a relationship with McCaffrey from Carolina. So there is at least a little bit of familiarity there.
Yeah, I mean, plus, if he does go to San Francisco, which I think we're both agreeing that's the best spot for him, he's got that connection with McCaffrey already built in. It's like fitting into a glove. I mean, he's got good weapons. You're not going to have him. He's going to just have to play the Jimmy G role, Jay. Just go in there, throw some quick passes. Don't have to rely on your arm and throw the ball everywhere like he did in Carolina. And, since McCaffrey left, and let that defense work. I mean, they got a solid defense, and just let the weapons around you work. Don't worry about being the number one guy on the field like he had to have been. Just worry about being a team player.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. And again, we'll talk more about this, a little bit more tomorrow as well. I just want to kind of give you a little heads up, some things that are kind of coming out, some things we're seeing. Obviously, we're going to talk a little Garoppolo with the broke foot. We're going to talk some Lamar Jackson. And the hamstring, and a plethora of other things. So you don't want to miss that. Just kind of give you a little highlight. Tomorrow, what we'll be talking about is we're going to open up with, hey, guess what woman struck out Babe Ruth? Well, if you want to find that out, you'll find out tomorrow on Unscripted. We'll also be talking OBJ, mid-season decision. Who does he choose? We'll be talking about the Heat, looking to possibly move on from Kyle Lowry to get further in the playoffs. And then we'll jump into the 2 upset games, TCU and USC. And then we'll jump into some NFL takeaways. USC, Williams, he got hurt. Will he be able to make it back? Can he still compete for the Heisman? Who should still be in the running for the Heisman? And other things of those nature. Again, we'll talk a little bit of DeGrom, Verlander, what it means for Rondon, a little bit more deeper into Rondon and what it looks like for him. And then lastly, we'll wrap it up with some prime time and his son dumping HBCU Jackson State for Colorado Buffs. And God knows they're damn dead last. And what can he do for the Colorado Buffs? And what is the likelihood of him actually making it back to a bowl game with Colorado? So those are the things we'll be hitting up on tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Parting shots, Logan. We out of here, man. Final thoughts for the mini show.
Yeah, man. Great work as always, Jay. And like you said, the opening, follow us on Twitter, on TikTok. Me and Frankie are doing some great work over there. Jay's taking care of the Facebook. And, hey, like I said, you're going to get exclusive content over there too, ladies and gentlemen. It's not like you got to watch the show. You get exclusive stuff over there. So follow us over there. If you have ideas for videos, for tweets, for polls, drop it, and we will put it on there because we listen to the fans, Jay. You know that.
Oh, absolutely. Again, just to reiterate what Logan said, man, we're dropping anything that comes out breaking. Frankie's all over Twitter with the breaking news through Unscripted, and Logan is all over TikTok with the breaking news as well. So catch us out. Again, it's Unscripted Guys, all one word, no spaces on Twitter, and it's Unscripted Sports, all one word, no spaces on TikTok. Also, you can find us on YouTube under Unscripted. All you got to do is type in the Unscripted and the day you want to watch, the day of the show, and it'll pop up. And until next time, man, we'll catch you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And as always, Logan, man, it's a pleasure, brother. Talk to you later. We out.
Yes, sir.
Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your f***ing cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe.